Hi, this is Ambie from Board Game Blitz, and today I'm going to tell you about 5 games that are great to play with your 2-year-old. So I've got twin toddlers who are currently 3 years old, but they started playing full games by the rules last year when they were 2. And even before that, they played with games, just not by the rules. And they still do that a lot. But I'm going to talk about some of the games that are actually geared towards toddlers that they really loved playing when they were 2. First is a game that I actually don't own called Acorn Soup. So this is by Peaceable Kingdom. There's a lot of games by Peaceable Kingdom that are for 2-year-olds. There's Acorn Soup, Snug as a Bug in a Rug, Monkey Around. Those are some of the ones that my kids have played. But unfortunately, we don't own any of them. But in Acorn Soup, you're making acorn soup. There's a bowl and a spoon and then a bunch of different cardboard components and then recipe cards. So the recipe cards have pictures of like the leaves or the acorns or the different things you need to put in the soup to make your acorn soup. And it has like a number 3 leaves or 2 acorns. And then so they find the items they need, put it in the bowl, and then stir it around and make acorn soup. This is a really simple game and it's fun for kids because they like cooking because they see you cooking, and so they get to like make their own little recipe. Really, if you're starting out a board game collection for your 2-year-old, you should check out any of the Peaceable Kingdom games for 2-year-olds. They have a lot of good selection there. The next game I want to talk about is My First Adventure Finding the Dragon. So this is an intro role-playing game. It's actually a choose-your-own-adventure type book. So in the game, you can tell my kids have played this a lot, but in the game you're trying to find a dragon and befriend a dragon, but you can read through the story and there's different choices. So you'll read, tell your kids the choices, and then they pick one, and then you can flip and read that part. You'll end up getting different items, and then you can use those later. So my kids have read through this a lot, and they really like it. At first, they would just do the same thing over and over again and not get a great ending. But as they continued reading more and realized they wanted to try to get a good ending, they could kind of realize the cause and effect of getting different items and like, this is the reason because they had this item that was good. And so now they actually have like most of the paths memorized and they start saying what they want to do before I start reading the paragraph. But this has gotten a lot of love in our household and it's my kids' most played game. Next on the list is a game that has been the first game for a lot of, almost like all the toddlers I know in my life, and that is Go Away Monster. So in Go Away Monster, you've got a board, that's your bedroom, and then there's little tiles that you're drawing out of a bag, and you're trying to fill in these pieces on your board by shape. But if you draw a tile, then you say, Go Away Monster, you throw it out. So it's fun just matching the shapes to the board and trying to get like the color that you want. My kids also like the monsters and sometimes they tuck them into bed. But it's like a good game. It's very simple to play for 2-year-olds because on your turn, you're just drawing a tile out of a bag and then placing it on your board, which is pretty simple to follow the rules. And also it's good for older kids because as you get older, you realize you can like feel around for the shape that you want. And so you get better at feeling and trying to get the specific shapes that you want. So Go Away Monster is pretty much the game that I recommend as a first game for everyone all the time. Next up is Hungry as a Bear, which is a game from HABA's My Very First Game line. So HABA is another game company that makes a lot of children's games, and they make a lot of games for 2-year-olds in their My Very First Game series. So this is one of them. In Hungry as a Bear, you are feeding this bear. The box like becomes a bear, like a 3D bear with a mouth open up, and you're feeding it with a spoon, different colored pieces of food. So on your turn, you roll a die, and then whatever food comes up, you put it on the spoon and try to put it in the bear's mouth. So this is a dexterity game, but like the theme is cool because kids like eating. Well, my kids like eating, and they like the different foods. There's like blueberries, strawberries, corn, carrots, and spinach. My kids like the spinach still, I think. Although they don't like spinach as much in real life now, but they like it in the game. So Hungry as a Bear is one that my kids have really, really loved, and they've even played it solo. The theme relates well to young toddlers because you're feeding them food, and then it also helps them learn how to use a die because my kids didn't really learn how to like roll a die and do what the die said at first with Go Away Monster, but with this one, they roll the die and then follow what it says, and they learn how to not cheat with rolling the die, just placing it on what they want. So Hungry as a Bear is another good first game for kids. The last game I'm talking about today, which is my kids, I think one of my kids' favorite games, is Tidy Up. So Tidy Up is another game from HABA, My Very First Games. But in Tidy Up, the box is a toy shelf, and then there's little cardboard components that are the toys. So you're cleaning up the game as the game. So the toy shelf has 3 different slots in it, one for blocks, one for cars, and one for stuffed animals. And on your turn, you pick up one of the toys and then organize it into the correct toy shelf. And that's basically it for the game. At the end of the game, everything's back in the box and it's put away, so that's a plus. But my kids love like organizing things and putting them into boxes. They loved those shape organizers where you have like the plastic bin and little square, triangle, plastic pieces that you put into there. So this is kind of like that, but in a game form. And it's really simple for them to play. There's no following dice or anything. You just pick a piece and put it in on your turn. So that's a lot of fun for them. This is another game that they've played solo many times. And if you see the board here, or the it's a little bit bent up. I've taped this a lot because they have used it a lot, the way this connects. So this is possibly my children's favorite game is Tidy Up. And so that was 5 or maybe more games that your 2-year-olds can play. Really, you can check out any of the Peaceable Kingdom games or the HABA games, like whatever theme you think works best for your kids, because there are a lot of different games out there with different themes, different art and stuff, so all kids will have a different favorite game. But these are the ones that my kids have really enjoyed a lot. So I hope that helps. Please like the video if it did, and comment below what your favorite game for 2-year-olds is. I also have some videos on these individual games, so you can check those out if you're interested in them. And if you want to check out more of our videos, because we don't only do children's videos, you can check out this video here, and please subscribe for more videos of all types of board games, not just kids games. Thanks for watching Board Game Blitz. Bye.